Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. And I wanted to do something a little bit different, just to spare of the moment. So no big deal, whether folks are here or not, or if you watch it later or what have you. Hopefully you can get something out of it. Put some light in here. It's a bit dark in here. But I've talked about before that I'm not a big coffee guy. In fact, I don't drink coffee at all. So I've gained a lot of appreciation for teas. So I have a whole bunch of different type of flavored teas. So I figured it'd be a nice thing to do on a Sunday afternoon is to just taste some of them and see what they taste like, and then share that on YouTube. If anybody's interested, just relax and talk a little bit about it. So before I get started here, I just want to say hello to everyone. Hi, Stigs. Hi, Don. Hi, Adam. Hi, Ralphie. I saw Claudia was here earlier. I saw JJ was listening. She said she was dressing and listening for dinner. Bindu, how are you, buddy? Thanks for joining. Nancy, hello. I said hello to Adam, I think, already. I saw Payne is in here. Nice to see you, Payne. So what I have here is, and I want to see if you can, hopefully you can see this. Now, these teacups are my grandmother's, and they're over 100 years old. And I never use them, but I figured, why not? I might as well use them. My grandmother left them, and they're really old, and they're kind of shiny and gaudy, but who cares? But the fact that they're that old, I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm going to use these for the tea, and I'm going to taste 3 different types of tea today. Now, before I do that, hold on here. Let me see something here. Let me get that off the screen there. So one of the things that I do for tea, how do you boil water, right? Well, this is the thing that I use. This is an electronic tea kettle, and I used to use it at work because obviously there's no gas at work, so you can't heat up a traditional kettle. And I ended up bringing it home with me after when the pandemic happened, and it's been here ever since. So it's pretty easy. You just click on this thing, click on this knob over here, and it starts to boil. Now I already boiled this a bit before, so it's going to be a lot quicker than normal. But it usually takes about 4 minutes for this thing to heat up and boil, which is pretty convenient. It's a lot quicker than a normal tea kettle on the gas stove. So it's pretty cool, and it was cheap. I don't know. It was maybe $12, something like that, when I purchased it. Not a big deal, and it's handy. So let me go down to the bottom of the chat here. Let's see. So, this thing is heating up. Let me see who else I could. Gina, hi Gina, thanks for joining. Big Bones, nice to see you, bud. All my friends are here tonight. Very nice. I didn't even think anyone was going to show because it's just unplanned. Just something that I threw together at the last minute and said, let's do it. Now, the teas that I have tonight here are kind of interesting. Now, this one, they're all by one company. They're all by William and Spence. Now, this one is bourbon flavored. This one is cognac flavored. And this one is brandy flavored. So none of them have alcohol in it, obviously. They're not, it's just the flavor that's similar to it. So we'll find out if it really does taste like that. I don't know if it does. We'll see. So I'm going to pour these. I have a bag in each one of these, and I'm going to pour them. Let's see here. And it's good that these teacups are really small, because then the tea will concentrate, and I'll be able to taste it a little bit better, a little bit easier than if it was like a big cup of tea where it dilutes it. So the taste will be concentrated. So one way or the other, we'll figure it out what it tastes like here. So I don't know if anybody else is into teas at all, but it's just something that I ended up doing because I don't drink coffee. Everybody else drinks coffee. I don't drink it. And it's just something that I ended up doing. And I always drink straight. I always drink it straight. I don't put anything in it. I don't put any sugar in it. I don't put any milk in it like the English. The English all are famous for putting milk in their tea. I don't put honey in it. I don't put anything in it. Just straight for me. And that's why I like drinking it, especially with like a piece of cake or something like that, something sweet. It really counters the sweetness. It's pretty cool for me, at least for my taste buds. That's what I enjoy. Let's see, what do we got here? Who do we say? It's hard for me to see the chats here. Yeah, Adam, I agree completely. Hey, Evan, thanks for joining. Yeah, so all right, so let's start with the bourbon. Let's see what the bourbon tastes like. Now, usually I need the tea for about 2 minutes usually. And this is all black tea. There's different types of tea, obviously. There's green tea, there's white tea, there's purple tea, and there's black tea, which is the most common. Most people drink black tea. It has the most caffeine in it. But these, although they're flavored, they're all black tea. So I usually don't eat it. I usually don't drink it, I should say. Black tea. Usually I drink green tea all the time, or white tea. I like both of those. But for this, the flavors are what interest me. And I have a bunch of flavors too. I just picked these 3 out to try because I haven't tried them. I got them around Christmas. Someone gave them to me as a gift, and I've never tried them. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do that. So let's try the bourbon first. Obviously, it's pretty darn hot. So maybe I'll let it cool off a little bit here. It's really hot. As you can see, the steam coming out of it. Hey, Gianni. Gianni, welcome to the tea party, as you say. Some tea party, right? Yeah. Um, no, just sit back and relax, and see if it interests you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's how it goes. Yeah, and like I said, these cups are 100 years old. My grandmother left them to me, and and I don't know. I think the story was how that she got them is like back in during the Depression, her mother and father would buy these things, like buy them from a store, from a like a department store, and they'd buy like a certain one each week or something like that. Would be like a pattern where they'd buy one each week, and then they'd eventually get a set together. And these are made in Germany. They say on it, made in Germany. So I didn't know that Germany was famous for cheap teacups, but that's where these were made. Yes, Tommy, thank you for that. Yes, if you please put yourself in all messages, because the default is top chat, which is very annoying, but that's the way it goes. So remember to do that, and please hit the like button if you can. That would be appreciated. All right, so let's try this. Let's try the bourbon. I think we'll cooled it off a little bit here. Now, I don't know if you are into bourbons or if you taste bourbons, but there's a large range of what bourbons taste like. Some being a lot stronger, some being like this does taste like bourbon, but it's a very light version of a bourbon. Like it's not heavy. It's not the taste is not strong. It's a light version of bourbon, I would say. Now, a lot of the taste from bourbon itself comes from the barrels in which the stuff, the whiskey is aged in. So it's just interesting to me that they can make this. They could put a flavor into a tea like this. But yeah, I mean, this is nice. This is nice. It's a nice different taste than you're used to. You're used to just plain tea like me without anything in it, and I usually have some jasmine. I use the green tea with jasmine, but yeah, this is interesting. I like this. Um, what's Ralph saying? You should see the window cups look on my big screen. Oh, let me get this. Let me get this off here. They must be shining away. They must be shining away over there, right? They have that gold tint to them. Hey, Johnny likes bourbon. Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, right, Gianni, your daughter, she's into teacups. Yeah, that's cool. A lot of young girls are into teacups. But yeah, so this is great. I would say this one's good. I would buy those tea. I would buy the tea as a change. I don't think I drink it every day. Because too much of the one taste on the tea would get to you. You don't want to taste it all the time. But I'm used to drinking the green tea all day. The green tea with the jasmine. It's kind of cool. It suits its purpose. All right, so let me wash my palate out with some water. Oh, we have 14 people. Thank you guys for joining. I didn't realize we'd have 14 people. So the next one is cognac. Now, I don't know if you into cognac. Now, cognac is actually made. I like cognac because cognac it's a whiskey, but it's not a whiskey. It's made from grapes. Most whiskeys are made from grains and corn and stuff like that. But cognac is grapes that have been distilled. So it's kind of like a wine, right? Only it's a lot stronger in terms of alcohol content and such. But now I'm interested to see what this is going to taste like. Now, this too, it does reminisce. It does give me reminiscent memories of cognac. But what's interesting about this one is I can taste the oak in this. The oak, like that. There's like a vanilla type of, a very slight vanilla type of taste that goes in cognacs when you drink them, you drink good ones. And this one has that. Yeah. Again, light, and I think that's probably a theme with all of this. You're not going to get a thick, heavy taste with these teas. They're going to be, mild, because that's what they are. They're mild. And I think what's interesting, black tea is usually bitter. If anyone drinks black tea without sugar, without milk, without anything else, without honey, lemon, or anything, it's very bitter. It's probably, that's why I don't drink it. Aside from the fact that it has the highest caffeine of any teas, I don't drink it because of the bitter taste of it. So, like, green tea is not as bitter, white tea is not as bitter, and those are the teas that I drink. But it's interesting that these are not bitter. So whatever they did to them to make they infuse the taste, it kind of counteracts the bitterness. It's interesting. Um, yeah, Gianni, this thing, it tastes like a cognac, but it's not sweet. Obviously, it's not sweet. It doesn't have any sugar in it. It's the effervescence, I guess, of a cognac. Yeah, it's not. But yeah, you could, if you drink this, it would be reminiscent of a cognac. You would recognize it as a cognac. Now, this last one is brandy. Now, it's interesting to me because brandy and cognac are basically the same thing. I don't know why why there would be a different flavor, but brandy and cognac is just brandy made from cognac that came from France, from cognac. So technically they're the same thing. Brandy also is made from grapes, so made from white grapes, by the way. They make cognac and brandy from white grapes. So I'm going to see what this tastes like. I'm going to be interested to see if it tastes the same as the cognac one. Chinese restaurant tea, Gianni, is awesome. I love that stuff. Even though that's black tea, I love that stuff. If you're at a good Chinese restaurant and they put that tea kettle on your table, I love that. I'll drink that whole thing. That's really good stuff. All right, so let's do the brandy. Let's see what the brandy tastes like. Now, this is again interesting because it kind of tastes like a combination of the bourbon and the cognac tea together. It doesn't taste like brandy to me, but it tastes like if you combine those two together. Interesting. I mean, that's probably my least favorite of these. The taste is not really that, doesn't get me. But the other two are kind of cool. I really do like the bourbon one per se. That's probably my favorite. The bourbon one is my favorite. And then the cognac. And like I said, it would be a nice change. I have more of them. Obviously, they didn't just come with one each, so I'm probably gonna try to start working them into my regular tea schedule and have them every now and then to break up the monotony of just the yellow tea, of just the green teas and the white teas. Wow, 18 people in the chat. Wow, thank you guys. Didn't realize there'd be that many folks here today. Yankees, welcome, buddy. So, and I gotta figure out what these things say. There's something written on them in German, these cups, and I never really thought about what it is because, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. They're not written. I'm sorry. They're not in German. What they are written in, though, is that type of lettering. That old lettering, like that old world lettering, which made me think it was German, but it's not. It says "Think of Me" on it. I don't know if you can see that. Think of me. Interesting. But yeah, so these are, I guess these are irreplaceable, right? They're priceless or irreplaceable, whatever you want to call them, because they're 100 years old, and I, you know, wouldn't know where to get them if I didn't have them. And it's a good memory from my grandmother on on how she, she got these from her parents, and then she, gave them to me. So, and like I said, I never use them, which is a shame. I never really use them because they're so small. They're not for somebody who's going to drink tea like I drink during the day when I'm working. These are special occasion type things. Biscotti, yeah, Gianni. I wish I had one. I don't. I don't have one. That would be nice too. Even an S cookie, right? Even Tommy's S cookies would be good here. um, and yes, well, yeah, Tommy, you're right. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're the one that said the biscotti first. I forgot about. I didn't see that till just now. Um, Now, Ralph, you said you never had black or green tea ever in your life. So you've never had any tea? Because if you've had just tea, chances are it was black. You just didn't know it. That's the common tea. Green tea is like green tea is common now, but it was a specialty really up until about, I don't know, 20 years ago. Hi, Maureen. Thank you for joining. Um, Lipton tea, yeah, Lipton tea is black, Ralph. That's what Lipton tea is. It's black tea. And Lipton tea, believe it or not, is the tea that was thrown into Boston Harbor in 1775. So there's an interesting fact for you. There's your historical fact on that. On your tea historical fact. It was Lipton tea that was thrown. It was that company, that the descendant of that company. I mean, that was the ancestor company of Lipton that was thrown into Boston Harbor, which is kind of cool. Let's see what else is going on. Stig says that I've been drinking tea since high school. You're right, I have. I have, because I hate coffee. I've always hated coffee, and I needed to drink something else, especially when dessert comes out. I don't want to be drinking soda or just water. I wanted to drink something else. So over time, and I have to admit, I started drinking tea with sugar in it. I really did. But over time, I gradually got away from it because it's just useless sugar. And it takes away from the actual taste. If you want taste of something, you never dilute it, whether it's wine with water and ice or whether it's sugar and things in tea. If you want to get to the base of the taste, you don't put other stuff in it. You take it at its natural state. So that's what I over time gained accustomed to the bitter, the bitterness, I guess. But I've gained a liking to it. Um, John says jasmine loose leaf is nice, but if left too long goes bitter. Jazz. Oh yeah. I mean, jasmine is added to a lot of different teas. I have, and I like the smell of jasmine. I love the smell of that. It adds to the tea experience. The I mean, I think I mentioned once before about African tea, African red, purple tea. I think I mentioned that on. I think I did a short on it. The purple tea, and that stuff has jasmine in it too, and that stuff is very nice, very good tasting. I mean, I recommend you try it. You can't get it in a store, but if you want to try it, if you don't like tea, you might like that tea because it's very mild. It doesn't have a lot of caffeine in it at all, almost no caffeine in it, and it really has an effect on you to make you relax. So I usually drink it at night. I drink a glass of or a cup of the purple tea in the evening, and it relaxes me, gets me ready for bed, and I don't put anything in it. Just and that stuff is not in. It's not in you know bags. It comes in a can, and you have a spoon, and you gotta put it into a tea kettle and brew it. So it's kind of cool. Yes, and big bones, yes, it is very healthy. I think it's the most healthy out of the teas from an antioxidant standpoint. I think it's the most. So, at least that's what I've read. Um, and Nancy's saying coffee with Baileys. Well, yeah, I guess. Uh, um, that's not my thing, but yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, this is interesting stuff. So I would recommend it if you can try it. Get it. The company is Williams and Spence is the company, and it all came together in like a container, all the different flavors. And there's some other there's I think there's three other flavors, three other like liquor or whiskey flavors too. I think there's rum in there, scotch, rum, scotch, and I can't remember what the sixth one is. But if you guys like this, I'll do another one next week, and I'll do those. And plus, I have other flavors too. I have other interesting flavors too. So it's just a relaxing thing to do on a Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. Kick back, have some tea, relax before the week starts. Especially with the change in time and everything, it's gonna be a rough one tomorrow morning for some of us. But yeah, we'll be ready, right? What else is going on in the chat? Stig says my grandfather drank tea. He had a metal thing. Oh yeah, yeah. So he was brewing his own tea. Yep, brewing it. Yep. Um, Hi Claudia. Hi, Claudio, how you doing, bud? I like that new song, by the way. I do like that new song. It's really cool. That was a really nice song. Don says hibiscus blooming tea. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look into that. Mike F. Hi, Mike F. I didn't even know you were here. Or maybe you just got here, but welcome. Thank you for joining. I don't know if there's anyone else I missed. I do not want to miss anyone. If I do, that's a shame because I don't like that. I want to say hello to everybody. Said hello to Nancy earlier on. Yep, yep, yep. Say Big Bones. Yep, everybody here. I think I hit everybody. So just a change from the normal, wine stuff. I'll still do the wine on Thursdays, but this is just something new I thought I'd do. And Maureen would like to say, okay, sure, Maureen, absolutely. Yeah, I'm happy to do them. I think they're enjoyable. If other people enjoy it, I'm happy to do them. That would be fine. And you know, I got to be honest. I've never put milk in the tea ever, and maybe I'll try that. I've never done it. Never done it, and I know the English swear by it. So there must be something to it, the milk in the tea. But to me, it just didn't make any sense. I know milk and coffee makes sense. It does make sense, but tea, I never understood that. Mark the calendar. We will have every Sunday at 6 p.m. Stiggs is signing me up already for every Sunday at 6. It didn't take long. Joey Melrose, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Yeah, Joey, we just tried three different teas that were all whiskey flavored. Like this one was bourbon, this one was cognac, and this one was brandy. And I liked the bourbon and the cognac. Didn't like the brandy one too much, but so Mike F. Gianni, I just left an Italian fest. It was okay for the desert. Oh, from yeah, yeah, an Italian fest in Arizona. I don't know about that, but you do what you got to do, right? Anyway, Tea and pure honey. Yeah. Well, how about honey? How about I don't know if anybody eats or uses local honey. I do that. And there's a lot of farms around me. So what I do is I go and I stock up on honey made from local bees. Um, it's really a lot better than the stuff you buy in the stores. Believe me, it's delicious. And what I usually do is I take a teaspoon of it a day, because especially now, because as we're getting to spring, my allergies are going to go nuts, and that does help with the allergies. It does. It helps me. It doesn't do it completely. Eventually, I'll have to start taking allergy medication, but it does help. It lessens the allergy reaction because of the pollen, because the bees make the honey from the local pollen. So your body gets accustomed to it. So it's kind of interesting. I never believed it, but I tried it and it works. Now maybe it's psychosomatic, but I think it works. I'm pretty sure it does, and it's good tasting though. But that stuff is great. I mean, you're and it's natural, right? It's all natural sugar. It's not like processed sugar. So it's not going to harm you. And if you want something sweet after dinner, I gave up chocolate for Lent, and I'm a big chocolate guy. So maybe after Lent I'll do a chocolate tasting show. Who the heck knows? But the I gave up chocolate, so I needed something sweet. So I've been having a teaspoon of local honey, and it's delicious. It's great. Um, Honey and ginger. Interesting, Maureen. Interesting. Now, Ralphie, you should try it if you have it there. Why not try it? It says you have pure bee honey straight from the hive and never touch it. Why? Touch it. Try it. Take a teaspoon of it. Try it. I bet you'll like it. Yes, Don cheese. Yes, if you ever have like um, if you ever go to a French restaurant, you're probably going to see on the menu a cheese platter, and that cheese platter will have honey there to eat with the cheese. So yeah, that's a common thing to eat honey with cheese. Gianni, my daughter is really into the beekeeping thing. Oh, really? Wow, that's pretty neat. That's neat, Gianni. No, I don't. I know you live in Massachusetts, but I don't know where. Are you like in a rural area where you could keep bees? That's it's a lot of work, I think, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, Ralph, there's a story behind yours. Okay. Oh, Gianni. Okay, your oldest daughter. Okay, so yeah, so she's an adult. So and she keeps bees. Then that's awesome. You should get the honey. She's got to be having. She's got to have tons of honey. Then that's awesome. Is Ralph wearing his robe tonight? I don't know. I don't know. You have to ask him, Nancy. You have to ask him, or you could just tune in and find out. By the way, Ralph is going on at 7:15 tonight, guys. A little bit 15 minutes off the schedule. So, but he'll be on. The Wise Up Show is going forward. Yeah, Johnny, see if you can get some and mail it to me. I want to taste it. Um, Actually, that local honey there wouldn't be as helpful to me. It'd be helpful to you because it has to be local to the area for the pollens for the allergy stuff, but it's still going to taste awesome. It's still going to be awesome. So I'd love to taste it. Um, Connecticut. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Um, oh yeah, Gianni. Yeah, I'm kidding, but no, that if you wanted to, that'd be awesome. I'd love to taste it. Yeah, I was just kidding. But yeah, I'd love to taste it. I can. Um, and and the local honey is a lot more expensive, obviously, for obvious reasons, but it's worth it if you ask me. Yeah, yeah. I've never been that close to it, Gianni, but I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard about that. That's pretty. that the smell is awesome. Yeah. Yes, Adam, thank you for posting the Wise Up Show link. That's hard for me to post with this. Let me move these out of the way anyway. I'm done tasting these. Maybe I'll keep the bourbon one here. I'll finish off the bourbon one. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Stiggs, for stopping by. Thank you, the man that shall remain nameless. I'm sorry. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Out of the Combs, yeah. Interesting. Yeah. No, that's cool. You know what, Gianni? I don't know if you're into that. I don't know if you are, I don't know how much access you have to it, but that would be a cool thing for you to post a video of that if you could be there when it's happening. I'd really love to see that. That's awesome. A lot of people would like to see that. That's really interesting stuff. Yeah, eating the combs too, right? Yeah, Don. Yeah. I've never had one, but yeah, I hear about that too. Eating of the combs. Pretty cool. But yeah, so you guys like this? I didn't know if anyone would be interested or if it just bored you to death. But be honest, and I'm happy to continue to do this stuff, whatever works. Yeah, yeah, Johnny, sure, absolutely, yeah. So, so the wine guild is not just about wine these days; it's about other things like tea. Well, but and chocolate, and we'll see what else we can come up with. But yeah, so yeah, I saw it. Yeah, Don, I'm going to write that down. Hibiscus flowering tea. Absolutely. I'm going to look into that, see if I can find it. So to you, this is to my Nana for leaving me these. I appreciate it, and it's good to have them, and they came in handy. So yeah, I would think so, Gianni. I would think the bees. You can't do that all year. Obviously, the bees do it in a certain time of year. The water looks hot. Is that what you said? No, that's not hot. It's cool. Maybe it's the camera. Maybe the camera's like the light from this makes it look fuzzy. The light on the camera makes things look kind of fuzzy. Yeah, chamomile, absolutely. That's famous for nighttime stuff. Chamomile. Yep. Maureen, yeah, absolutely. I'm not a big chamomile guy, but yeah, they and I don't even know. I have to look into that. I don't know what chamomile is. What I don't know what behind that, like why it's different. I have to look into that. Yeah, I don't know why the camera's cloudy. I don't know. It's just it's on the laptop. I don't know. It's grainy, right? I could see that in the picture. I think it's probably just the absence of light that's causing that. It's like doing something in the dark. Hold on. Let me see something. Maybe right. Let's see something. I don't know if that's better. It looks better from here. I put the overhead light on, so it looks better from here. Stiggs is trying to leave, but I've got him hooked. He can't leave. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up. I just wanted to, do this as an experiment. And it seems you guys like it. So I appreciate every one of you dropping in, commenting, liking everything. It's, um, it's been a pleasure. And everyone go on over to the Wise Up Show in about 35 minutes, something like that. Because I'll be over there and I'll say hi. All right. So I hope everyone has a great Sunday evening and a good week coming up. Get past this rough day of a time change. And I know that Mike F doesn't have to worry about that because he's in Arizona, but the rest of us do. And um, I'll see you guys later next. Well, I'll see you for I'll see you at Ralph's show, and I'll see you at Stig's tomorrow morning. But I'll also see you next Thursday, this coming Thursday, where I have my St. Patrick's Day episode. So that should be interesting. I'm not giving out a lot of information about it, but it'll be a surprise. So tune in, and it should be fun. All right. So have a good night, everyone. Thanks again for joining. End broadcast now.